morning. It's me again. I just woke up for work. Just wanted to get on here and do another video. I don't really know how often I'm going to do videos every day or every week, or I don't know. It's just going to depend on how I'm feeling and if I have anything going on, I guess. So, I just wanted to get on here and just say a few things, kind of working it out. What's going on? I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm rambling. This is normally how I live because I work from home, so I don't go anywhere usually unless I have to go to the doctor or something. But yeah, just kind of just wanted to put a little bit more about me out there. And I had a whole list of things I wanted to say, and now I can't remember any of them. So, let's see. I love to read. James Patterson and Dean Koontz are my absolute favorites. Neither one is more better than the other. They do, if you have read any of them, you know they do different types of books. James Patterson is procedural, most of the time procedural, police procedural. And Dean Koontz is more a little bit on the maybe sci-fi, I guess. I don't really know, but I love him. My favorite book ever is Watchers. I read it when I was like 13, and that's what got me hooked on Dean Koontz. I've read it a few times, and I don't, since I've been an adult anyway, I don't really reread books. There's too many books out there that I want to read that I just don't really go back and read ones that I've already read. But that's my favorite. But also Intensity, that one had me wanting to, like, when I was reading that, both times, I think I read it twice. Both times, even though the second time I knew it was going to happen, that chick in that book, she made me want to throw my book, and I spent half the book just screaming at her, like, why are you so stupid? So, that one I definitely recommend too. And then, Lightning was really good. That's one of my favorites. There's just so many. James Patterson, Alex Cross books. I read those. He comes out with a new one every year, and I'm 2 behind now, but those ones are super good. The Women's Murder Club. Yeah, gross. Anyway, those are really good ones, and he does a lot of like standalones too that are really good. I also read or at least I haven't really read anything by him in a while, but I do like them. Danielle Steele and Nora Roberts. I like to read them. And I like books like Divergent and Hunger Games, The Fifth Wave. Those types of books I like too. I've got kind of broadened my horizons the last few years, when it used to be just basically James Patterson or Dean Koontz. So I like to stick with what I know that I like. But I've kind of ventured out, and like I've read the House of Night series I love. There's a lot of them that I've read that I'm like, oh, those are really good. So reading is something. Music, I love music. Pop music and country music are my favorites, and then also love pop country. Which makes sense since I love pop and country. But boy bands, I love NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Don't ask me which one I love more, because I love them both. New Kids on the Block was my first, I think, loves, and I don't know, 80, whatever. Joey, I'm a Joey girl for sure. Yeah, but I just love music. Country, I love like Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan White, who I've loved since the 90s, since before I graduated high school, which I finally got to meet a couple years ago, which was freaking awesome. 18-year-old me was very excited. um, Kelsea Ballerini, Reba. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on of that. Musically, as far as like pop goes, I love like, you know, the older stuff like Paula Abdul and Janet Jackson, Cher. Those are the things I grew up on. Older Madonna, I don't really like the stuff she's come out the last 20 years or something. You know, like Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, like all, you know, just all that. My absolute favorite band in the world is Matchbox 20. I love Rob Thomas. Yeah, that's my absolute favorite band. Their song Unwell is kind of my theme song. It came out during a really kind of tough time in my life, and it became my theme song at the time. I do have like different mental illnesses, and yeah, sometimes they're worse than others. Back then they were really bad before I was medicated or anything. So that's my theme song. And I still have times like that. Even though I am highly medicated, I still have times when it's just things are tough. Like life is hard, and medication isn't necessarily the cure-all. So anyway, there's that. I'm going to probably do a lot of talking about mental illness because it's so important, and the stigma behind it is so terrible, and I hate it. So I will always voice mine, and I will scream it to the top of my lungs about it because it needs to be unstigmatized. My king, the king in my world is Justin Timberlake. I love him with everything that I am. Yes, I know he's done some shady shit, and you know, whatever. That's between him and the people he's done shady shit to. Like, I don't care. I love to watch him perform. I got to see him in concert a few years ago too. That was pretty awesome. I didn't get to meet him though, but we were pretty close. That was pretty cool. We used to go to a lot of concerts. I want to get back to that. So yeah, he's my king. And then Kelly Clarkson is my queen. I've loved her ever since American Idol. I love everything about her. I would love to be her best friend. Like, that would be fantastic. Adam Lambert. I love Adam Lambert. I got to meet him a lot of years ago. That was cool. Let's see. And then, so those are musically my king and my queen. My king, acting wise, is Leonardo DiCaprio. I 100% believe he's the best actor of my generation, which is, I'm at the 78, so I'm like at the cusp of Gen X and millennials. I think they call us the zillennials or something. But my generation, Leonardo DiCaprio is by far the best, in my opinion. I love, love, love Melissa McCarthy. She is my favorite female actress. I love her. She's just amazing. I think she would be cool to be friends with too. But I watch a lot of, we like a lot of horror movies. I watch a lot of movies. We do a lot of, I know I said in the other video, I don't really watch a lot of TV, and I don't when I'm on my own. But after work, the thing that my brother and I do is, we binge shows. Right now we're binging The Good Doctor. So I basically, if I'm with him, I watch TV a lot. But if I'm by myself, I don't. And we watch a lot of movies. Horror is our favorite. But my mom doesn't really like action or comedy, so we try to watch those when she's sleeping or busy or whatever. But yeah, that's what we do there. Let's see. I love cooking. I love to experiment in cooking. I call it Shellyizing. I think I mentioned that in the other video. I don't know. I haven't gone back to rewatch it to see what I said, but yeah, I love cooking. I love just working with it and trying new recipes and trying to figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work. Of course, I love my dogs. Don't be jelly of my curtains. I was gonna get some new curtains for this house, but at some point, hopefully not in the near future, but at some point we're gonna have to move. So I'm kind of just waiting for that now. Um, but yeah, hopefully it's a few more years down the road, like when I get out of school. And I'm hoping to get back in January. I'm working on a Master's of Health Information Management. I already have a associate's and I already have a bachelor's. So working on a master's. I always knew ever since I was a kid I was going to go to college. I'm the first one in my immediate family to go to college and to graduate college. I was the first one to actually have a high school graduation too. So that's pretty impressive for me. Yeah, I don't do drugs. I rarely drink. I just, coming from a family who was drug addicts and alcoholics, I just knew that that was something that I didn't want my life to be. And so it never has been. I did have a little bit of a period of time in my 20s when I partied a lot, but never, it wasn't something that I ever, once I started feeling like I was getting too far into it, then I just quit. But I'm not going to say never because, my dad always said it could get you before you even know you got it. So before you even, it can get you before you even know it got you. So I try to be really careful because I do come from a long line of addicts on both sides of on both sides of my family, mom, dad. So I'm really careful with it. But there may be a time when I'm not. Maybe, I hope not. And I don't plan on that happening, but I don't want to say never just, because you never know. There we go. Say never. But yeah. My goals are I really want to get healthier. I thought I was healthy until I went in the hospital because my kidneys were shutting down. So my kidneys, that was a big wake-up call for me. So I really want to get out there and start getting more healthy and lose weight. And, I do have the high blood pressure and diabetes and sleep apnea and PCOS and all these health issues. But they don't have to be, the end of me or whatever. I can get out there and be healthier, and I have done it, and I can do it, and I will do it. It's just, that was motivation for me. I've been really trying to eat better and smarter and drinking a lot more water and barely drinking any soda. I can't remember the last time I had a soda. It was last week. Not drinking any caffeine and just drinking decaffeinated tea, pretty much. And yeah, I just gotta figure it out. But I have to do it my own way. I can't. I do research and I kind of pull things from all the research that I do, but I don't follow any of them 100% because they don't work for me like that. So that's my plan. I gotta get out there. I want to get back to going to concerts, and my mom really likes wrestling, so we go to wrestling every time they're in town, and that's something I want to get back into doing too without feeling like I'm gonna die after 10 steps. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. Trying to just figure everything out, because that's what life is, right? Trying to figure everything out as you go. And I have insecurities, this is a big insecurity, which I know why it's there. My teeth. I know they look green in this light. They're not green, but that's, kind of an insecurity. I don't have any lips, really, which I hate. That's an insecurity. Kind of have a big nose. Yeah, I have PCOS, so I have literally hair everywhere, which it should not be, which sucks. Which has always been. I have a big patch of hair on my back, huge, which I hate. You know, there's just, everybody has insecurities, and I want to work on loving all my things. And like, as I've gotten older, I don't hate them as much as I did when I was younger, but there's still insecurities, and you know, some things I can work on, like, you know, laser hair removal to get rid of the hair. I can do that. My lips, there's not really anything I can do about that. I'm not gonna get like injections or anything like that. I don't think no, that's not for me. Plastic surgery and all that's just not for me. But once I lose a lot of weight, I'll probably have to have like skin removal and stuff like that. But that's different. That's not like changing my face because I found a little wrinkle. Which my dad used to always say, getting older is a privilege because that not a lot of people have, and age ain't nothing but a number. So, getting older doesn't bother me. And, I'm glad that I get to get older and I get to be here because I like being alive. It's important. But yeah, everyone's got insecurities. And my teeth, actually, I had braces when I was a kid and fixed them, but I didn't wear my retainer the way I was supposed to. And I got a tongue ring, which I think I had mentioned in the last video, and it kind of messed up my teeth really bad. So there's that. And then I had Invisalign, which I absolutely hated. So if I did do anything with my teeth again, it would be braces. Having used both of them, knowing which one I like better, works better for me. But my eyelashes, I used to have really long, amazing eyelashes. I'll have to work on that some more. Because they're not anymore. Actually, I can't tell. I think that this is a bad, like, I can't really see anything out of this eye. I had a cataract surgery done a few years ago, and ever since then I haven't really been able to see out of it. Like, I can see out of it, but it's really blurry. So this eye is doing all of the work, and I think it's putting a strain on it. But so that sucks. It's not really an insecurity, that's just something that sucks, because nobody can really tell I can't see out of it unless I say something. What else? Stretch marks, normal insecurity there. I think, just, I don't know, one of my ears is deformed. I think it's this one, which is kind of weird. That's not really an insecurity either. I just don't even really notice. I didn't even notice until I was in my 20s, but yeah, it doesn't have like the flap thing here. But, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work for me. But yeah, I just want to get on here and tell you a little bit more about me. And I'll probably think of some other things. I should probably just put things down on a note whenever I think about things that I want to say on here. But it's not always going to be just me talking like this. There are a lot of different things that I want to try to do. And yeah. Anyways, I probably should get off here and get to work. So just wanted to say hey and check in, and yeah. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.